Hello, Laura. Simone here, ladies. And we're just going to take 5 minutes of your time, ladies, to encourage you to join our St. Catherine of Siena webinar starting on April 29th, her feast day. And Laura, tell me why should our women and all their friends that they're going to invite do our 8-week webinar on St. Catherine?
Okay, so St. Catherine and I have had a rocky past, to be honest with you all. So my middle name is Catherine. So early on, going through the same books and reading about Catherine of Siena, I was always very intimidated by her. She levitates and goes in little closets in her parents' house and rubs pepper on her. Just like very extreme, sees Jesus, Mary teaches her things, like a very extreme saint. So for me, Catherine was always really far away. I was like, I don't know what to do with you. We share a name, and that was the end of it.
Were you named after her? I didn't know that.
Unclear who I was named after,
but
Your
name is Catherine with a C? You're also Catherine with
a K.
Okay,
Catherine with a K.
But still, okay, right. Okay.
So because of her very because of her very
outrageous
I was so very far away from her, but people kept bringing her up to me. So not only my name, but also my Dominican friend would always give me Catherine of Siena prayer cards. And so it wasn't until the Endow study guide, and I'm not joking, this is completely true, I feel like before that study guide, Catherine and I were kind of at a distance. And then because of the study guide, I now have a new spiritual friend. And that's a lot for me to go from you are far away to oh, I feel like I have now encountered you for who you are, and I now have a friend. So it took, not until I was it took 30 years for me to finally embrace Catherine.
She stalked you until you
did.
She is an intense saint. She's very intense. I didn't touch her stuff because same reasons. And also my friend was reading her dialogue and was telling me things, and I was like, this is way too much. But because my emphasis in graduate school was church history, I loved the whole history of the Avignon papacy, her influence on the popes. She's a fascinating character, obviously doctor of the church. But I think especially in our time where we too have a church in crisis, we too need the feminine genius to renew culture. I think, and she lived through a plague. Okay. I just think.
Literally the first page of the study is about the plague.
I just think it's a great time, ladies. It's a great time to pick up that study guide and to work through it. Our event is 8 weeks. It's not going to be classic Endow where we read the chapter out loud and, on the actual webinar. We're going to read it ahead of time. And then we have an awesome panel. We have Father Steve Akers as one of our panelists, which is awesome because, he is a priest who definitely listens to the feminine genius, and he's one of our Endow priests and has helped start groups. So I just thought, hey, since Catherine was so influential on the clergy, why not have a member of the clergy with us here on the panel? We have Jonna Schuster, who many of you know from the Rhema workshop. Patron saint is Catherine of Siena, and definitely one of Jonna's passions is teaching people how to hear the voice of God and hear God's voice very directly, which is why we hosted the Rhema workshop. But Catherine of Siena definitely had, Jesus right there, always right there. And then we have Katie Dawson from the Diocese of Orange coming. So I think it's going to be a great conversation with us. There'll be time for Q&A and interaction with all the ladies who are attending live. It'll be up on our YouTube channel for those who miss it live. Please join us. Any final thoughts, Laura?
It's a great, you guys will really enjoy it. I between the history, between her biography, every chapter weaves in her teachings and the historical background and parts about her biography. So whether you're someone who loves lives of the saints or loves prayer or loves history or is generally intrigued by all of this, you'll learn a lot from the study, and it'll definitely be a good decision to go.
Thank you, Laura.